Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Happy Sunday evening. I hope you had a wonderful day of rest and recharge and you're ready to get back at it in the full week of May. First full week of May when we start tomorrow. Yes, it has been very hot in Chennai and I'm sure wherever you are in India, it's getting hotter and hotter. Summer is upon us, so please be careful out there, especially when you're working. If your work does involve being out in the sun, make sure you hydrate yourself well and you do manage to get enough sleep and recover. It is going to be some trying times in this current weather condition we're going through. Those of you who have managed to secure your holidays, kids does this, who are going out for family holidays, have a wonderful time and hope your summer break, is in a better place than somewhere hot and torturous as it is here in Chennai. For those of you like me who are stuck in Chennai, welcome as it gets worse so we get to this bad weather. Talking about bad weather, I want to talk about IndusInd Bank. And a lot of you have been asking me, is IndusInd Bank going to follow a similar line to the banks like Yes Bank, the Lakshmi Vilas, or even RBL? That's a question. It's a valid question. And I'm going to present my arguments and why I don't think it is. And I would love to hear your opinion at the end of the video. If you think if my arguments are sound and you agree with me and you think IndusInd Bank is at value, or you say, no, Vinod, you're wrong. It is in danger. I'd rather not touch this bank and I would avoid it. And if you do feel that, I would also like to know your reasons why. First, let's talk about what triggered this crisis. What happened? CEO Sumant Kathpalia, who's resigned. Okay. The reason he resigned is the bank took 1,959.98 crore hit due to some incorrect derivative accounts. The loss was hidden to inflate profits over the years, so raising some serious governance issues. So, what's the root cause? Faulty internal derivative trade accounting. It was disclosed in March. The loss was around 2.35% of the net worth of the bank, which is around 1,600 crores. This raised, of course, red flags about the quality of auditing and the internal controls. In a bank, as an investor, these are very important and fundamental things. In other companies and industries, we have sales, we have raw materials coming in and out. There are a lot of capex and different parts, moving parts. In banks, it's very simple. It is the money that comes into the bank in terms of money in current accounts and savings account, and in turn, bank takes it out and lends it and generates cash. And from that interest, it pays savings account some money and it retains the rest for itself as profits. And we as investors can see it very clearly, and there's no way it can go wrong. Only where it can go wrong is in two ways. One, the accounting, it's very poor. Like what happened in terms of auditing. When it was done, these things were not raised. That means whoever the external auditors are, internal auditors, didn't really do a good job of it. Two is the overall management of the bank is of very poor quality. That means the leadership quality is in question. So is it like Yes Bank? First, no. It is not like Yes Bank. What happened in Yes Bank? Yes Bank, the main problem was the promoter, CEO. He gave bad loans to everybody who was his friend, and he had something on a circular finance, meaning you borrow from here, you lend from there, you borrow from here, you borrow from someone else, lend it here. It was like a round robin going around. Nobody knew what was bad, what was good, and he was using it like his own personal piggy bank. To say it in a succinct way, where I don't want to dive into X Bank. We've done many videos on that, which you can see. Is IndusInd Bank, is that what they did? No. The issue in IndusInd Bank is very limited. It is in derivatives and the loss is also very minimal. And so far, there is no other hidden NPAs for lending fraud. That is why they had an external auditor to come and look at their books, and they have come out and they've said it looks all right. And the CEO himself has resigned. So it seems to be a very isolated, small problem, which has been highlighted, which has been corrected, and there seems to be no other hidden NPAs as of now. So it is not like Yes Bank. Next, is it similar to RBL and Bundan Bank? Well, it does have some resemblance to RBL because the CEO has exited and there's scrutiny and there are audits. But in RBL and Bandhan Bank, there also the loan books and asset quality was in question, which is not the case of IndusInd Bank. That means the loans which were being given by RBL and the asset qualities, meaning the NPAs in Bandhan and RBL, were inflated and were huge because had poor lending practices. The credit they were looking and assessing credit worthiness of clients and giving money out was poor, which led to all that problem, which is not true in IndusInd Bank. In IndusInd Bank, it seems to be an accounting problem, not a lending problem. So it is not like RBL and Bundan Bank. Now, the next one. What about Global Trust and Lakshmi Vilas? No, it is not like Lakshmi Vilas Global Trust because there the banks collapse thanks to the promoter manipulation. The stock market exposure and decade-long mismanagement had led to the collapse of these banks. And that is the main reason for the Lakshmi Vilas Global Trust, which is not the case of IndusInd Bank, because in IndusInd Bank, Hinduja Group is a promoter and they do not have uncontrolled, unchecked control over the bank. And the governance in the whole banking sector has improved since what happened back then. Since 2010s in India, RBI has tightened everything. There's far more scrutiny and there's far more eyes in banks. So Hinduja Group, though they are the promoters of IndusInd Bank, they can't treat it as if their own little piggy bank and do whatever they wish with it. And there are lots of governance and checks now, thanks to all that's happened in the past. So no, it is not like Lakshmi Vilas and Global Trust. So what is this? What is next? The losses are manageable for IndusInd unless more emerge, which is possible. But as of now, it has not emerged. And we always have to go based on what we have, not what we imagine. It is very easy for us because human beings have this tendency of having aversion to uncertainty. It is not even risk aversion. It's fundamentally one level lower. Human beings don't like uncertainty. And that is why we like to take data from the present situation and extrapolate into the future and imagine like the world will be taken over by AI or, aliens will come or doomsday, there's going to be earthquake and tsunami. Human beings are not risk averse, uncertainty averse. And that goes down to our basic fundamental way we are made as animals, which we are basically, because as a survival instinct, we had to develop that. So I know when you see this bad news in it, you imagine it could be worse in the future, but we have to go on current data, what we have. In the current data we have, this is a very small and manageable loss for the bank. The CEO is resigned and is being audited, right? And a new CEO is being looked for. Meanwhile, RBI has constituted a panel to govern the bank till the new CEO comes. So this is the main thing. If anything, where could the pain points come for? It is not only in IndusInd, it is for the microfinance sector as a whole, where the pain has been going on for some time. Till we see recovery there, we'll have to wait and watch. If any pain comes for IndusInd, it will be there. So as a last ending point of the video, what do you do on Monday morning? IndusInd is trading around 853, 860, 70. Is it at value? Looking at IndusInd's bank size and its book value and its price to book, I would certainly say IndusInd Bank is a valuable proposition for value buying. I've been looking at it when it was above. I bought it all the way down and I bought it all the way back up. I buy it whenever I feel like buying, using my tiffin coffee range money, that is, and sipping at it. Am I buying IndusInd every day? Of course not, because I only have a limited capital every day. My tiffin coffee is 2,000 rupees. A lot of you are asking me, what is your tiffin coffee? I do not know what your tiffin coffee is. You can put it down if you're brave enough. Mine is 2,000. So for 2,000 rupees, I can maximum buy in a day 2 IndusInd banks. If I really wanted to stretch myself, maybe 3. So I will not do that. I'll probably buy 1 today. Next day, I might buy Tata Motors. I might buy a Natco. I might look at Dr. Reddy or South Indian Bank. But the point is, it is there in my radar. Whenever I have an opportunity to buy, I will dip in and out. When will I stop buying IndusInd Bank? I'll stop buying IndusInd Bank for 2 reasons. One, the value of the bank is increased so much, it's not a value buy anymore. Or 2, I find something even better, far better than IndusInd Bank, and I'll be looking at that. When will I sell everything which I hold, all my holdings in IndusInd Bank, when I find there is fundamentally something wrong with IndusInd Bank? Trust me, most times in the market, you can see the bad news and you'll see it's coming down the ladder very slowly. There are times, yes, when banks collapse, when businesses collapse. Those are losses, those are risks in the market which we take. Capital market is full of risk. But in most cases, when something is dying, we can see it dying. The time when I say please exit, you should also have the courage to exit. Like a lot of you don't have the courage to enter. Some of you have overzealous and entering too much. Same way if I do make a saying, like in the case of Cupid, when we came out saying we don't think it's okay to be in Cupid anymore, that we are personally exiting, a lot of you found it very hard to exit. So I can understand. This is where IndusInd Bank is. So Monday morning opens. If you have some tiffin coffee and you're looking for which banks to buy, IndusInd Bank should be there in your book, is what my feeling is. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I hope you manage to rest and recharge and recuperate and get ready for Monday morning. Like I said, be careful with the weather outside if you do work outside. Nothing else more to say. Have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow. Good night.